Hi guys, welcome to springtime. This is walking out my front door to the mailbox. I'm doing orders today, but I noticed this, and I don't know if I can get him in there, Mr. Spiderweb. Let's see, where is he? Not sure where my camera's pointing from. Now I see. I still can't tell where I'm pointing at. He's in the tree. Let's see if we can find him. It's a little perfect spider web. I just can't tell where my camera. Okay, now I've got it. He's up above that. There's brown leaves hanging down. Okay, there's that. He's up and over to the left. And there he is. The little perfect spider web. And then, don't look at my yard. We got that. Well, I've got the berries falling down and the ragweed, and even if we blow it every day, we still have it. But this is my great big old huge holly tree. It's gonna have thousands of bees humming around it, or had. Let's see if I can bring this back down now. This is the kids' favorite tree. I always hang little wind chimes on it. They enjoy walking by it. This is walking up to my front door. Of course, there's my mailbox down there. And I've already been 3 times today. Slowly but surely getting the jewelry out. And we have new yard guy now, and he doesn't really clean our beds, but I wanted to show you my little these look very scraggly in the winter, but I've been trying to revive them. And they are my beautiful azaleas in pink and white. Those are 2 gardenia bushes that aren't blooming currently. But here's my tree again. And then I have a crepe myrtle. This is an old crepe myrtle tree here. Not as old as some, but it's grown way up high. I planted this little saga palm last year, and it's doing pretty good. They're pretty, here's a squirrel. He's sneaky. But that's a crepe myrtle right there, that tall bush, our tall tree. And this is a crepe myrtle up there. And that's a gardenia bush. Now they've already bloomed that I grew from cutting a limb and rooting it. Takes them about 3 or 4 weeks to grab a root. See how the wind has blown that tree over from hurricanes of long ago, but it's still there. I think it's called a red tip, or I'm not real sure what it's called. It was here when we bought the house. It's gotten really big. This is another gardenia tree that's already bloomed that I planted from. What you do is you go and you cut up one of these newer ones. You get as new as you can, like here. Even this one's kind of woody. But when they sprout new, you go and cut that and put it in water. And there's an azalea bush that's being hidden by this gigantic tree. And there's another bush under that tree. It's just so huge. It's so healthy. But my other yard guys trimmed all that. The new one I know is not going to. But Daryl insisted that we change. And of course now, you know, I make him do some things that they don't do anymore, but he won't be trimming that. He can't. I'm too afraid he'll fall. This is a little plant my best friend gave me. And this is just a clipping from it. It's all over my yard. She gave it to me back when I lived in when I just moved over here in the 90s. So that plant is, I'm not sure what they call it, but it dies in the winter and comes back in the spring and summer. And there's the mailman. So the rest of the orders I do today, I'll have to do myself. Yes, that's my son's trailers. His neighborhood won't allow it, mine will. We don't have an HOA, but we have we pay $50 a year just to keep up places. This is where I haven't done anything to this bed back here. And this thing, I told you this thing is wild. It's growing there between the concrete. And I'm not getting rid of these weeds because the rabbits like them. And I told y'all the other day I had a rabbit in my backyard. But that purple stuff will overpower it eventually. It usually fills this whole bed. In fact, my neighbor that lived across the street admired it, so asked me if she could have some, and I told her to take as much as she wanted. I don't know that she ever did. And that goes into our backyard. But this is a big yard to keep, and Daryl and I just can't do it anymore. And yeah, this is a mess too, isn't it? Needs to be hauled out of here. We're going to be loading up this trailer full of stuff and have my son go dump some things. I need to clean up around the bottom there. That kind of looks a little... This is another plant that dies out every year because of the freeze. And look at that tree right there. You know what that is? Another crepe myrtle growing. It's taking root. I didn't notice that until today. I think that's a crepe myrtle. Sure looks like it. Unless I'm mistaken. Huh. But anyway, see, it's starting to come back. And it will get so big it will cover up all this ugliness here. Maybe I'll show it to y'all later on. There's another crepe myrtle growing. See, they kept all that under control. They kept this down here. When it gets low like that, or on the bottom leaves like here, it takes away from the upper part of the tree, from the new growth. I forgot what they call it. They call it something. Ooh, got ants. Ants, ants, ants. Here's my little gator. He looks real, doesn't he? Let's see, here's some more that needs to all be, that new green holly growth there needs to be taken off. And then that vine right there is, it will overcome this tree. It has before. But it is, oh, what's that purple flower? That's wisteria that smells so good. One time it was so big it hung over my front porch, and it made the front porch smell so good. So, now y'all gonna think I'm weird, and I am a little bit. I'll admit it. But this flower arrangement over here, it's really a Christmas arrangement. I put it outside, and it stayed outside because now it's kind of dirty. But I guess my mama gave me that 20 years ago, and I just can't get rid of it. So there you go. There's some more shells, me and my shells. my little pugs. And here comes Daryl. He's back, and that's our new car. The other car, not the one he's driving. Okay guys, I'm going to cut it off. I hope you enjoyed this little update. I'm working on orders today, so I'll see you soon. Bye now.